What's up guys, Joey B here again, back on Nier Reincarnation, and today this video is going to be a banger. I've learnt some new stuff today regarding your sort of weapons and how to prioritise them and what you should be really doing, and it is completely different from how I went about the game, and I'm quite upset that I didn't know it earlier. I could have probably saved myself a bit of time and pushed content further a lot quicker. So without any further ado, let's get into it and I'll try to explain what I've found out and hopefully help some of you guys progress quicker. So what I've done, as you can see here, so I've got A2's weapon here. Right, as you can see, max ascended. Yeah, I did go out on mass summons, pulled lots of A2's. I managed to ascend this weapon fully. It's level 80 out of 80, and as you can see there, it's given us some good stats, like the force on it itself, just over 3,500. That's pretty meaty for a weapon, right? Wrong. So, if we go back just a little bit, and if you look at the top left here, I have another great sword. If we go into it, you will see here, it's not been ascended once. It has been evolved, and if you see the force there, just short of 3,500 power, right? And for those of you that are going for these banner characters, you'll understand the drop rate on them is, well, it's beyond comparable. It's really low. You ain't gonna pull people quick. So sitting there waiting until you pull these duplicate weapons, pushing them in so that you can ascend them up to gain that extra power so you can level them higher to clear content, that's stalling your progress. Not only that, to evolve these weapons, it is so simple. So if we go back out, let's just jump into our quest just now. Go into your sub quests. And we'll just look at this exchange shop here just now, right? So if you scroll down, see these topazes, aquamarines, emeralds. The automata event at the moment that's running gives you 30 of these just for farming a medal. It costs 2,400 medals for the lot, and that's 30. That's more than halfway to evolving one weapon. Then, if you go back into your quests, sub quests again, go down to your daily quests. See all these here? These have got a chance of dropping. And I'm not going to, the odds are quite high. So sometimes in 10 runs I'm pulling 6, sometimes I'm pulling 2. But on average you will get 2 or 3 minimum every 10 runs. So you're talking maybe a good half hour, an hour grind. Along with the purchases in the store, you can evolve a weapon and boost that power up massively. So there we have it. Biggest tip I'm going to give you, stop pulling and focusing on ascension, because it isn't the biggest power increase. It's nothing. It gets your levels up, yeah. You're going to need it eventually, but don't focus on first. And if that isn't enough to change your mind, I'll go into something else, right? So as you can see, you're probably all well aware that when you get into a character, you've got your primary weapon, which matches your affinity to the battle. So whichever your primary weapon affinity is, that's what your character's strong with. So for fire, it's going to be strong against wind, but it's going to be weak against water, etc, etc. Not only that, but I wasn't aware of just how big a bonus this was when you were getting your sub-weapons leveled up. So it turns out these sub-weapons down here, you have your proficiency bonus. So A2, she uses great swords, right? So if I equip a great sword in either of my secondary slots, you get 50% of the stats that are on these weapons. So let's look at my, back at that, wrong thing. Let's go in and look here. So those stats, under status right there, 50% of that has been applied to my A2 from this sword because it's her proficient weapon, right? So that goes across to it. If you don't have a proficient weapon in this slot, then I believe it's 50% of the 50%. So you're getting 25% of the overall stats on a weapon. So that's why everyone's telling you to make sure you have your proficient weapons in slot. Okay, so why is that important? So if you look at these characters, my loadout is as such. So I've got a Demos who uses pistols, A2 who uses great swords, and I've got 2B who uses the short swords. Fantastic. What's good about that? So a lot of people's loadouts look exactly like this. A2, 2B, and 2P. I can't run this because this requires now, to get the best benefit, I need 3 swords here on my 2B, and I need 3 swords again here on my 2P to get the power up to a good enough standard. Whereas if I just use somebody else that I have 3 4-star weapons for, because we don't want to invest anything in 3 stars yet because there's no need for it. You can't evolve them to get that good power boost. So everything you want to be doing is on 4-star weapons, because that's where you're going to be able to go up to that 5-star tier and proper push towards endgame. So if you think about it, you're pulling and you've pulled your 2B, you've pulled your 2P, you've got both the weapons, and you pull another 2B. Don't push that weapon into Ascension. Take that spare weapon that you got off your pull and equip it onto your 2P. That's how I got 2 weapons. Vice versa, if you pulled a 2P, stick it onto your 2B's weapon. Slots in the secondary. Also, don't ignore these secondary weapons. Like, you want to get them leveled up. Level them up as much as you can, because their stats, 50% of whatever those weapons have, you go. Also, I missed, so when you evolve a weapon, I'll just use this one for example. Let's go back out, enhance, weapons. So as you'll see here, let's go into this. So once you evolve your weapon, you unlock a passive skill. So it might not be your strongest weapon, but you know how these affinity matchups are, so you're constantly changing. Here, as you can see, I've got mine up to level 10 at the minute, so this is giving me 7.8% attack boost. See, this doesn't come into effect as a secondary weapon, but if I'm switching, because light's a strong affinity to the fight, then I'm going to be having these passives, and it doesn't take much to evolve them. If I've just ascended everything there, that's fantastic, but you gain no benefit of having this put on. So you might have evolved just your primary weapon. Like, I haven't even evolved this weapon, so as you can see here, the skill's still locked, the toughness. So look at the HP boost I get off that once. So that's my focus now. Evolve everything. Don't worry so much about Ascension. As I've shown you, a level 60 weapon that has been evolved is just as good as a maxed out weapon Ascension level 80. So yeah, stop what you're doing, take a think. Like, don't get me wrong, if you're just wailing out, you're probably going to pull endless copies of all different characters and you might not have this problem, but the majority of us players, you aren't going to have 6, 9 long swords to equip every single character with the 3 different swords and then be able to swap them about for matchups as well. So I've built my loadout because I have a pistol for every affinity, I have a sword for every affinity apart from water. I still can't find somebody who has water, and the same with the great swords. But yeah, you're going to land yourself in a sticky situation on the harder content, because there will come a time where the bosses are kicking your ass, and it's purely probably because of affinity, because you don't have the right weapons where you could have had if you just didn't focus on the Ascension. So yeah, I hope all that is like explained simple enough for you, and you've maybe found out something that you didn't previously know. What I'm going to do here, just for fun, just to top off the video, let's jump in to a cheeky one-time no whammy summons. Right, so I am on pity, yeah. As you've seen, my A2 is not maxed yet, but that's because I have an extra shard. But let's just do this for the sake of content. 10 times, boof. Let's get some more of that 2-star food. We love it. Yeah, so ideally here an A2 would be total brilliant, because I don't have to waste any more of my pity. I can just focus on 2B pity, or maybe hold on to it for a little bit. Oh, there you go. We got something. Right, I'll just fast forward through these. Just tap away. Let's get through it. Let's see what these juices are. Getting a lot of lances, but I don't know off the top of my head which character uses them at the minute. But right, let's see. Here we go. This is going to just be a weapon. Yep. Big staff. That might come in handy. And what we got? Oh, okay. Big fat rip there, but as I said, weapons are weapons. We're going to need them eventually. And we got a character. Shame it was the 3-star. But yeah, see, look at that. There's 3,000 gems gone. I didn't get anything. I could probably spend 30,000 more and maybe not pull anything, and then get a dupe and feed it and gain nothing from it. So yeah, I hope you liked the video, guys. Please, please, please hit that sub button if any of the nonsense that I'm spilling out to you is helping at all. It means a lot to me, and bang a nice little thumbs up on the video. Anyway, until the next one, peace out.